Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. It's going to be another chilly night, particularly in Minnesota. There's frost advisories. Hey, we could have record highs in the next few days as well. Your hour-by-hour forecast and update on what's going on in the Gulf as a Category 5 hurricane is working its way toward the Gulf Coast of Florida. Details in your forecast right here, right now.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, a quick message from my friends at Robert Gibb and Sons. Keep in mind that you can, or if you rather, upgrade your heating and cooling unit, you will get a free water heater from Robert Gibb and Sons. They deal with quality, Bryant systems. I'll give them a call today to take advantage of this. Let them know that Hutch sent you. All right, let's take a look at what we have going on across our area as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. We're looking at some very pleasant conditions right here across the valley. These temperatures in the region are coolest, though, in the arrowhead of Minnesota, where we have some low 60s there, low 70s in Fargo and Grand Forks at this hour. And as we take a look at these temperatures out to the west, we have warmed up a bit. The darker oranges indicative of that. 79 in Baker, Montana. Glendive, you have 77. Bismarck, 73. Minot, 73 as well. And that's what's going on right now. The air extremely dry. And remember, dry air overnight does cool off fairly quickly. Let's take a look at those dew point temperatures across the area. Dew points are in the low 30s and even some 20s out there near Glen Olin right now. Extremely dry air with calm wind and clear skies, which, by the way, is what I expect tonight. We're going to see some mighty cool temperatures. Look at the dew point in War Road, Minnesota right now, 21. That is not a typo. That is nasty dry air up in the Kitson County area as well at 16 degrees. Remember, if you're watching Hutch's Weather, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Good to have you on board. Thanks, Nathan, for watching. And if you do have a question, let me know. And hey, why don't you comment with me about what the strongest winds you've ever been in and have ever experienced before. I'll be interested in reading through these to see that. Now, let's take a look at our other conditions across the area. For this, I want to zoom out just a pinch because, well, what we have going on here in the Northern Plains is a whole bunch of very quiet weather. Let's take a look at our satellite, shall we? And again, the satellite loop in our area showing a visible satellite here, which is what you would see as if you looked out the window of the space shuttle out there. Not a lot going on there on the visible satellite imagery in our region. The pall, the milky white colors that you see here, that's smoke from fires out in the west. Now, as we take a look at the bigger picture, though, unsettled weather here and there across the desert southwest. But this is the topic of the day. A Category 5 hurricane, Hurricane Milton, churning its way. You're looking at it off of the coast of Cancun, just to the north. And winds here are ridiculous. And there's some significant intensification of this storm. So we'll give you a quick update of this system right now. But first, in our area, we're watching for a chance of frost tonight. And for that, here's the area of concern. We have a frost advisory, Roseau County, Eastern Marshall County, including you folks in Grigla. How about Thief River Falls and Red Lake Falls? A frost advisory. That means temperatures will dipsy-doodle down into categories that will keep us on the chilly side here in the arrowhead of Minnesota. So from Hibbing, Grand Rapids to near the Bemidji area, which is included in this frost advisory. And again, temperatures will be cold enough in a few areas for some frost, so keep that in mind. All right, let's take a look at what we have going on with regards to our tropical system with the tropical tracker. Here's the latest measurements with regards to this system. I'll go ahead and turn on the satellite imagery here as well so you can kind of picture where this system is located here. Now, infrared satellite imagery has colors that indicate temperature. Infrared temperature, and that means we have some very cold cloud tops around the core of this eye of this storm, Hurricane Milton. So as we zoom in, you see the very well-defined eye right here that has been persistent for the last several hours, and this storm has intensified from a Category 2 storm to a 4 earlier today, and now it has upgraded and been upgraded to a Category 5 because it has sustained winds of 173 miles per hour as of the latest measurement. And that storm system is a very strong one. Now, notice that the eye has lurched just a little bit farther north of its last position. We were expecting that turning of this storm to the north today, and it looks like it is actually doing that right now. Now, as the crow flies, this is heading toward the the Gulf Coast of Florida right now. And here's the very latest from the National Hurricane Center on the cone forecast. Now, the cone does show us a little bit of margin for error with these, so we don't want you to focus on precise location of where this may hit. But generally, we expect that the greatest chance of this storm system as it approaches Florida will be in the center of this. Notice how the cone expands. That's because our certainty decreases as we go farther out in time. This is Wednesday, and that's where it's expected to make its way onto the shores of the coast of Florida in the Gulf. Now, here is a look at Hurricane Milton as we tilt it, and you can kind of see that turn that it's making is lining it up with the forecast cone. Earlier today, it was moving due east. There has been a little bit of a shift now that is putting it on the forecast track for Florida. I know that a few of you have asked me questions about property you have there in Florida, and people are evacuating. Roads are congested right now, but people are heeding the warning. Category 5 storm with some pretty intense intensification of the storm system. Now, let's look at the spaghetti forecast plot real quickly. What is spaghetti? Well, we all know what spaghetti is, and this looks like spaghetti here. All of these lines are indicative of forecast model tracks, and notice the vast majority of these models are carrying this particular system right into that area of the coast of Florida, not far from Tampa Bay. So as we look at Florida itself, most of the models here have it moving right over the peninsula from between Tampa Bay, just north of Cape Coral, so not far from the areas just south of Tampa Bay, including Sarasota. Orlando will be feeling the impacts of these, and I am hearing word that airports out on the peninsula are expected to be closing shortly. Showers and thunderstorms associated with this are already delivering rain, but the primary concerns are, number one, the storm surge, which will be greatest at the eye and points south of the eye. That is where the winds will be the strongest, and therefore the wave height along with tide will create very dangerous situations there. We're expecting 10 to 15 feet of storm surge, a 15-foot wall of water that will move from the Gulf and inland into Florida. So that certainly could cause very destructive conditions across the state. Rainfall between 5 and 15 inches in isolated spots. We could see those 15-inch totals out there that will cause flooding. And of course, with these storm systems, the winds. And the winds and the forecast for this storm is expected to decrease a bit right now. And we'll be watching this very closely to see how this storm system does indeed move forward. So let's go ahead and turn on the latest storm. I'll put the cone on here first. And now I'm going to go back and turn on, pardon me while my eyeballs wander. We're going to look at the official National Hurricane Center forecast for the Gulf Coast here, and particularly Florida as we move through. Let's see, there it is. So the line, and you cannot see these numbers too great, but the forecast is for the storm system to be a Category 3 as it makes its way towards Tampa on Wednesday. Again, the system itself is going to really go through some changes, and this is not a precise forecast, so we're not focusing on that, nor are the folks in Florida, a wide area, being evacuated at this particular time. So that's a quick update on what's going on right there. Now let's take a look once again at your forecast locally as we head into our night. Again, a frost advisory, the headline in our area, northwest, north central Minnesota, including Badger, Greenbush, Roseau, War Road, also the Badette area straight south to Bemidji. Thief River Falls, Red Lake Falls, a frost is in your forecast tonight. Brainerd Lakes area, likewise, the same thing is in the offing for you as well. Now, our forecast here looks like this as we go through the overnight hours. Temperatures will be coldest where we're expecting the frost potential. We're talking a few areas in the low to mid 30s there, and we won't be far from that here in the Fargo-Moorhead area or Grand Forks area. Some mid to upper 30s in low places, and in quiet places it will be milder out to the west as we go through the overnight hours, as we're expecting temperatures out in the big sky country of Montana to be in the mid 40s. Now, as we take a peek at your forecast here, as we go into your afternoon, notice the warmth returning to the 80s in the western part of the Dakotas, where the drought is really starting to expand in that area. Very dry, very warm. For us, a southerly wind will be fairly light, around 5 miles per hour, and we'll see temperatures in the Red River Valley not far from 70 degrees. That looks to be pretty fair and pleasant as we go through. And then as we look off into the arrowhead of Minnesota, temperatures there will be increasing from those 30s to only the 50s in places like Ely, Hibbing. As we look down towards the Bemidji area, it's 64 degrees for you. How about 55 or so, 54 degrees in Warroad as we go through your afternoon? So take a look at the 7-day planner with me, and you'll notice a general trend towards warming. Your record high on Thursday in Fargo is 86. We will not be far from that, so near record highs in our area on Thursday as we climb from frost to heat, but mainly dry. Our best chance of rain comes on Saturday. Maybe some will see some Friday as we go through as well, but mainly in the far north. Saturday will bring a few spotty light showers of rain. That's what Hutch's minus sign means. That means light rain in meteorological lingo, if you will. 59 degrees as we cool it right back off. So we warm up Thursday, and then we see a decline in temperatures that takes us back to near average for this time of the year, maybe even average or just below as we head into Sunday with some more area frost. Look at this. Fargo, next Monday, Hutch has a trusty 33-degree forecast in there. So let me see if we have any questions as we move forward here. Leora, thank you for watching from St. Hilaire. Thank you very much, B.A. Bittner, for your support of stars. I do appreciate that. And San Juanita Dominguez, thank you very much. Yeah, our prayers go out to those folks in Florida who are dealing with the second major hurricane landfall in less than a month's time as we head into the next several weeks. So that is a look at what's going on. I will have an update. Thanks to all of you who have uploaded your photos to Hutch's Weather at hutchesweather.com. There we have had the Northern Lights, the glorious Northern Lights last night, and they were fantastic. You can see more photos of those. And you not only want to head over to Hutch's Weather for that, but I do want to let you know that for those of you with kids interested with weather at all, maybe you are interested in weather as well. How about signing your kids up to be a Hutch's Weather kid? How do you do that, you ask? Well, you head on over to hutchesweather.com. Here's my website, and just so you know, you can put your email in here. What does this mean? I don't sell your email. It's just between you and me. No spam, just weather. Last night, I sent an email blast out to those subscribed that said, hey, Northern Lights are out right now. When I get something interesting like that, I'll send out a quick notification. And if I am going live for severe weather and it's very important, I will send out a blast to our subscribers there as we go through. Fall color update, you can get the latest there, but here is what I want to point out to you. You can get the latest videos right here. A little bit farther down the menu, you're going to see Hutch's Weather Kid. You can sign up here. You can also see videos coming soon, kids, because we are going to be talking weather this week. And I got to tell you what, I'm very excited. So go here to hutchesweather.com. You can sign up, or you can head on over to my friends over at Luther Family Ford. They are sponsoring Hutch's Weather, kids. I can't wait to get this started, but I need you kids, those of you interested in weather between the ages of 9 and 18, why don't you sign up? It's a lot of fun. We'll talk weather. You'll get to help me work and manage these computers as we go through the show. And it's just going to be a blast. And yes, you get to do the weather in front of a real green screen. So we're looking forward to it. And I can't wait to see more of you signing up for Hutch's Weather Kids. All right, that is a look at your weather. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Let me take a look here if we've got anything else that has come in as far as questions go with regards to our weather. And here we go. So this is what we have. I'm looking for questions and comments. As of now, I see no more. So have a wonderful and enjoy this beautiful weather. Perfect, comfortable temperatures out there right now. If you have pictures to share of weather and nature, head over to hutchesweather.com and upload those photos today. Again, hutchesweather.com. Please consider hitting the follow button right here on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, pound the subscribe button. But until next time, we'll talk again right here. You're watching Hutch's Weather.